Hello all, welcome back for a Friday night, and it is time for the Financial Literacy Film Festival, an ongoing 4-part series that we'll be doing again every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, and run roughly to about 9:30. So same format as last week for those of you that were with us last week and moving forward now, and I believe we're adding more people, more viewers, more watchers, more people getting engaged with what we're doing here, and the good work that a lot of people have come together to collaborate on to put together something that is quite literally unique in a lot of different ways. We'll flesh that out over the course of the evening as we did a little bit last week. But again, I want to make sure that we reiterate that point quite a bit. It is 4 successive nights, all on the Friday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So starting now, we have a full slate for you. We'll be doing 2 airings of original short films by artists in the visual and audio field, and going to have some fun, again, talking to the people that quite literally did the work to put these things together and how they're contributing to really right now, a really crazy time in a lot of not good ways, but the show must go on, and art must continue. Without art, what use is there, right? You got to have art in the life, and I'm quite literally, happy to be a part of the project and what we're doing here, so we can get the good work of these people that have put in hours upon hours of time, energy, effort, and money to bring to you original film, original work, original art content in a video format. So we're going to break right now. We're going to cut to a gentleman named David Doolin, and he's going to talk a little bit about the festival, and we're going to roll right through that into a Pledge of Allegiance. So let's go ahead and cut to Dave. David, let's get to you right now.
That sounds great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. Well, good evening, and welcome to the Financial Literacy Film Festival. I'm David Doolin, as Richard said. I'm here to introduce our Jonesy, which, for those of you who don't know what a Jonesy is, it represents an event that happened on February 20th, 2014, when an assistant who was on a film in Georgia by the name of Sarah Jones was killed in an accident while filming the movie Midnight Rider. That sparked basically a grassroots revolution looking at the safety of artists and crews, television, commercials, televisions in a variety of any environment. So basically what happened was it was time for everyone to take a stand and to look at it. So a Jonesy is what we do before the beginning of any any type of media project within the industry. We're trying to make this become a standard. And so tonight we're gonna show you what we do, and basically we go through looking at the safety for those folks who are within the industry, who are the artists such as myself, who work with the filmmakers, the crews who work with the filmmakers and the artists to go ahead and put these projects together. So basically, we take safety as our number one priority. We ask you to say something about it. If you don't feel safe, to speak up about what's going on. This way we help to keep the memory of Sarah alive. She's become our Statue of Liberty, that beacon of hope and light for safety for everyone on a project. How can we do that? We look to each other to have each other's backs, to keep everything in perspective. We're not just looking at us independent filmmakers. We're looking at everything from us to the big budget filmmakers in any type of media project. So we want everyone to stop what's going on in a project that's happening before it starts. Right now, especially in light of the COVID-19 virus, this is yet another that's added to the safety. The entertainment industry is embracing this. Many of the larger companies are providing funding to provide special care, even covering salaries during this time while artists aren't able to work. But we need to look at, if someone's not comfortable with the attention they're receiving from someone, whether it's unsafe working conditions, hours are too long, where things are falling through the cracks, where someone can be damaged or hurt, whether it's physically or emotionally or mentally. So that is the purpose of and so basically a lot of people, they have like hashtag safety for Sarah, hashtag I am Sarah. So, you can take the pledge, you can go to the Safety for Sarah website, look at the foundation. They always need funding to go ahead and move this grassroots project forward, to make sure that this information is getting out to the public, and it's getting out to those within the industry who are the decision makers, who can make sure that we as artists, we as crews can be safe while on these projects. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed the film festival tonight, weekends, and we look forward to seeing you. And Richard, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for those words. And so that helps you out there in the world viewing and watching, listening, a little bit more background on the Financial Literacy Film Festival. And some of that stuff I didn't know, learning. It's always a good learn, right? Ancora imparo. Still I am learning. So we're going to need to go to, before we get started, we'll get up either a Pledge of Allegiance or a national anthem, because I'm a vet and we got vets on the show. We got vets involved with the show, and we're kind of hard-headed as veterans about making sure we do the simplest of things, at least in another time, right? Make sure that you acknowledge and you kick off events or items with either a Pledge of Allegiance or a national anthem. Full disclosure, everything that I've ever been involved with personally, in terms of an event or gatherings of people, even online, because now we can't gather in the coronavirus era, but you at least acknowledge the fact that you live in the country that allows you to do all these cool things, these great things that we're capable of doing, right? In this case, in film and art. But you must quite literally have the ability to acknowledge, and it has to be pressed on you because it has to be reinforced. It's a learned habit. It takes a lot of times to build that habit. But if you go someplace and they're not doing national anthem, they're not doing Pledge of Allegiance, at least run it through on your own side, personally. But on everything that I do and everything I'm involved with, including this particular project as an event, and I'm real happy with the creators of the Financial Literacy Film Festival for making sure that we are always going to begin our program with some form of acknowledgement in the form of a Pledge of Allegiance or a national anthem. Are we not, are not ready yet? Okay, so we'll get to that as soon as we are able. We'll pull that up in a second, but I want to make sure. Let's get back to some of the things we talked about last week. For those of you guys that maybe were not here last week and maybe you're new to what we're doing, and I'm going to make sure you're clear. I've already stated that it's every Friday night, Friday night 7:30, and I want to make sure that going forward you're helping these people do their good work by bringing more people to watch this program, watch this show, and it is educative. At the very least, you're going to learn some things that you might not have known. You're going to get original programming, you're going to get some original shorts, and you're going to see people doing good work at a time when there's not a lot of work. I mean, let's just put that on the table. I mean, things are difficult right now, and for the most part, what we're doing here, the Financial Literacy Film Festival, is they're continuing to put out product. They're continuing to put out art, and they're continuing to put out their time, energy, effort, and money to make sure that you have something to view, and furthering, their art in making sure that you get something to watch and view. So I'm put that on the table right now. Make sure you guys out there share out. You're going to be able to watch this on Facebook, YouTube, other social media platforms. Share out and help these people, not me, but help these people that have put together this work and help them continue to do their work. They're not making a mint off this, at least as far as I know, but they are doing good work, and we need to acknowledge the work that's being done. It's not easy, especially again at this time that we're living in right now. So they're doing their job in bringing you the product. I need you guys to go out there, share this out through Facebook, subscribe to YouTube channels, make contact with these people, friend them, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And extend your network, extend your audience personally. Just because you're not one of these persons doesn't mean that you're not actively engaged. Because quite literally, by the way, if you don't exist and if you don't watch, if you don't pay attention, if you don't share, you don't subscribe, you don't like, you don't engage with what we're putting out over these 4 nights, then it may not exist. How about that? It may not exist. You need customers, you need clients, you need viewers, you need watchers. That's your end. It's actually a kind of easy job, right? Just don't go to large gatherings, don't go to a concert, don't go to a sporting event. See, I made it extremely easy for you, exceptionally easy. So patronize these people, make sure you go to them. I know there's plenty of individuals that you can, we'll be interviewing some of them tonight. But once you get those names, seek them out on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. Check out their social media platforms and go to their space and help them out by liking, subscribing, following, etc. All of the above. So make sure you do that. That way we're doing the job on our end. I'm gonna include myself with you, the viewer and the watcher, in supporting the work that these people are doing, bringing to you every Friday night. And then quite literally, once this is all done over the next 3 nights, counting tonight, once we're done with the full month of Financial Literacy Film Festival, then I'm quite literally secure in knowledge that when we get toward that last show for us, that we'll be rolling out for you how you can continue to be a part, how you can continue to engage, and how you can continue to view and pay attention and be aware of the good work that the people involved with this project are going to continue to do. Because I can tell you right now, from the few people that I know involved with this, they're going to be doing a lot. This will carry us right through just about most of April. We'll finish up at the end of April, get into May, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we're right into the summer. And by the time we're into the summer, there's going to need to be more product, more original content, more programming, more shorts, more work for the people, the directors, the producers, the editors, all the above that we're going to, again, get to a little bit tonight. So I'm putting that plea out there, and a good plea, if not a demand, a call to arms and a call to action. Do that little extra, because I don't think we did this so much last week, but I'm asking you directly, all right, from my nation to yours, SuperMex Nation to you, make sure that after we are done tonight, if not right now, the method or the platform that you are currently viewing us with or through, share, like, subscribe, do your part. Do your part. That's how, collaboration works, right? And that's quite literally some of the best aspects of what's going on in our country right now. We are currently collaborating. Federal government, you know what, why wait on them? Let's just do it ourselves. And that's what I see quite literally. Mayors and governors. You go ahead and pledge. That's quite literally what I see with mayors and governors all over the state and country, collaborating, working together. And I do think it's kind of cool. Now, that's not a political, piece here, but it goes to the larger. On another scale, on another level, it's no longer politic or politics when a Republican governor and a Democratic governor work together actively to save their people. You know what that is? That's not politics. That's American. I'm asking you to do the same thing on a micro scale, not so much that macro, correct? Okay, but on a micro scale, with what we're doing right now, we're viewing, we're listening, we're talking, we're watching. I need you to do that. I need you to do that. If you don't want to, don't. Just don't watch, right? But I'm asking you to because it's a good thing to do. Not because I demand it, not because I'm impressing upon you the need for it, but because it's a good thing. Now, what's wrong with doing a good thing once in a while? Rhetorical question. Absolutely nothing wrong with doing a good thing once in a while. Let's make sure we take that. So we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna do a Pledge of Allegiance.
He's ready.
We good? All right. Disregard that last comment. We're just about ready to get to our is it a national anthem or a pledge? Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, we're going to break, and we're going to go to our Pledge of Allegiance to kick off the Financial Literacy Film Festival for this Friday night on SuperMex Nation and a whole bunch of other cool Mad Talk Productions, Fulton Film, etc. Bunch of collaborators getting together. So let's go ahead and break to that Pledge of Allegiance.
Hello, everybody. This is Ricky Nix, serving as one of the judges here at Financial Film Festival. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I got no audio, though.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Tell him go. Tell him go.
Go ahead and go if you're able.
Can you?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. That's good.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated. If that was, let me see, give me the name on that guy. Was that Ricky?
Yes, sir.
So I got to tell you, Ricky, if he's still there. When I first saw your name, the first thing I thought of, right? See if he knows this.
Oh,
I saw Ricky Nix. You know what I
Okay.
thought of?
Let me guess. Either Stevie Nicks or Nikki Six.
Nikki Six.
Okay, yeah, I get that a lot.
I'm an old crew dog, so yeah, I saw that. I'm like, that's close to Nikki Six, man.
Yeah, it's weird because I get that a lot, but I actually had no idea who that was until recently. That's not where I got it from at all. I just made it up in high school.
You're too young, man. You're too young.
Yeah.
Real quick before we cut back out, so I did see. I think we were supposed to maybe hook up last weekend. So you're a Navy vet.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
How long did you do?
Spent 3 years serving in the United States Navy, stationed out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. I was a logistics specialist on the submarine corps, serving on board the USS North Carolina. And once I got honorably discharged back in 2013, moved to LA, and that's where I met and linked up with George, and it's been smooth sailing ever since.
Excellent. So I won't do what everybody else does and thank you for your service. What I will say is I'll congratulate you on taking your oath.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm old Army. I'm first ID, and there's a lot of vets around here, it seems like. So that's all good. So you got the point.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Appreciate
Excellent.
it.
All right. Thanks again for the pledge. I look forward to meeting you maybe one of these days. We have a little conversation.
Absolutely. Thanks.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much. Okay, that was Ricky Nix, a naval veteran, maybe a little bit younger than me. We'll see. He didn't know who Nikki Six was, so some of you guys should know who that is. Anyways, I'm an old crew dog, and thanks, Rick, for putting that out and giving us a Pledge of Allegiance. Nice to get it from a vet, right? That's always a plus. And so we're going to break into in a second here, but we've done our national anthem. We're getting into the body of our programming. And to reiterate and finish up the last few points right before we broke to that, again, I want to make sure that everybody, or those of you guys that are watching, let's do the very simplest of things that even though, you know, currently it may seem like there is an inability and, you know, perhaps even a frustration level with watching things take place that you have absolutely no control of, death and Americans dying in a country. Let's not get into like the why or the what. The fact is it's taking place, and I'm a straight-laced, no-nonsense, you know, kind of guy myself. So there are things you do have control over, all right? There are things you absolutely have control over as a viewer, as a watcher, as an American. So I'm going to ask you, again, right back to this earlier point before we broke for the pledge there, make sure what you're doing tonight as you're watching, as you're viewing. I don't do this very often, but I'm going to tell you to do it now for my friends that have put together this program for the 4 weeks that will be with you. I need you to go, again, whether you're on Facebook, whether on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media platform you are currently viewing this on or that you have access to, go ahead and take a look at this show tonight and the others that are coming. I need you to like, share, follow, and engage with the people that will be here and on with us tonight, if not myself. I do actually respond and talk to people through social media because I think it's kind of cool, where you can actually meet a lot of different people. But I need you to like, share, follow all the people that you'll see tonight, the Fulton Film Festival, Mad Talk TV Productions, all of that, because people are doing good work to make sure you guys are getting good product. And again, that's something that you have entirely full control of. Your actions right now, your capability, your want, your ease to go ahead and click the button. Like this, share that, engage, okay? That's easy, ladies and gentlemen. That's about as easy as it gets. I'm asking you / telling you to engage with the people here by liking, sharing, subscribing to the varied means that we have, and for all the people that you're going to meet tonight involved with these films that you're going to get a quick look at before we're done tonight. Okay, so there we go. We're getting to the body of our program now. We're going to break to commercial right now, and then we're going to get into our first short film, all ready for you, created by people that have done work to make sure you have something to view and you're going to like. Okay, let's go ahead and cut to commercial. I hope you guys didn't hear that. So I was looking at that. I was like, that looks good. I'm hungry. I wanted to go ahead and jump at that. I haven't had anything to eat in a while. I've been in the studio for a number of hours. So anyway, maybe a little later tonight. You got to love all the places that are delivering right now, right? You know, who knew? Delivery all over the place. It's forced businesses to adapt. And, well, I'll say it. It's forced businesses to, through alteration, through adaptation and improvisation, they're having to deliver to SuperMex Nation. There you go. A lot of Asians. But that's a good thing, all right? Because you're sheltering in place and you're able to bring food to yourself through orders. Okay, so I got nothing but love for that commercial there because it was making me hungry. All right, so we're going to get to our very first short. Now, this is the cool part of the show, right? We talk about these things. I'm going to introduce and we're going to talk to the people that have created this work product, this art product. But we get to watch first, and then we'll be talking on the other side with the people that actually created and were involved with this short film. The first short film for you tonight is 3 kids, 2 jobs, and no money. Let's get to it. 3 kids, 2 jobs, no money. There you go. There's your first short. And that's kind of striking. I'm sitting here like, wow, amazing the ability to get communication even when it's nonverbal, right? Right? American Sign Language short film. It's a sign language short. And I'll be first to acknowledge and disclose up front. It's not like I'm watching a load of American Sign Language films on a regular basis, but it is striking, to see the ability to convey a message or communicate without verbal communication, without actually speaking. And so you get a lot there. And so I think this is an excellent example of people putting in work and reaching out to just a broad base, obviously for a specific audience, but clearly a much larger audience, because you can grasp the meaning even if you're not hearing the words, just through the non-verbal communication, the physical communication, and the totality of the message that it's trying to get across. So we're going to be privileged enough to get a few of the people involved with this project. Again, the project is 3 kids, 2 jobs, no money, an American Sign Language short film. So let's see, who do we got, KP? Who we got up first? Uh-oh, we got 3 people in the house. I know one of them in the left corner. That's Brandon. Yes. Noi, upper corner, and lower corner. I've got
Jaime.
Were you the guy in the film?
Yeah.
I couldn't recognize you with your hat.
How's it going, man?
Wearing that. Thanks, you guys. Hey, thanks for all for being here. So I had not seen that one. Obviously, I got a chance to take a look at that today. So, I mean, let's put that on the table first before we get started. Okay, great opportunity to get messaging out in a nonverbal form, not just to people. Here's the thing. If you could put a sign language film out, it's also going to benefit people that don't just sign or don't have that ability, right? They're going to be able to watch and get a communication that isn't verbal, because everybody can watch that. And I'm watching, it's like, okay, I'm getting this even though there's no verbal. American Sign Language people that have to sign, for their communication will also get it. So let's do the particulars. Let's get down to the simple and basics for the audience, so you guys can help us out a little bit. I think Noi, and I've met you one time before, young blood, so you are listed as the executive producer. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you. Yes. My name is Noi Uncom, and I'm the executive producer on this short film. And this is actually the first time I will watch this, so actually it's quite good, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Good work, guys.
So if that's the first time, so I'm going to guess it's also probably the first time a sign film, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. So happy with the product?
I actually, it's like I said, it's well worth it, guys. It was a good job to me, yeah.
Hey, that's what you guys want from a producer. Everything's good, right?
Yeah.
Make it real simple. Make it real simple. All right, let me gut down, because I'm going to come back to you in a second, homeboy. So Brandon, now I remember you from last week. We talked a little bit. So you're wearing a different hat. Last week, it wasn't director, correct?
Correct.
What was it last week?
Last week it was editor. Actually, this one I'm still wearing the editor's hat, but I'm also directing in this one here.
Okay. So for what you did here, as opposed to say last week, I mean, what were the challenges or the difficulties, the differences in doing, obviously, and I'm going to give you a softball question. This one is nonverbal. It's a sign film. What were the challenges and the differences as opposed to last week?
Well, actually, just directing in general was a whole different skill set than editing. It was pretty awesome. You showed up on set, and everybody was willing to work. Jaime, he stepped up, he helped me out. When if I had fumbled here and there, he was there. He's like, hey, we should do it like this. We were bouncing off ideas. And then when he told me, he's like, hey, I know a little bit of sign language. We should incorporate it. And sure enough, one of the wife on set, that's all she does is sign. You know, she had an interpreter there, so we had somebody interpreting, and then Jaime, he brought his skills in, and if he didn't know a word or two, he knew how to ask her.
Right.
And the interpreter there, they helped out. So I mean, it was a win-win to begin with. We figured, from reading the script from the beginning, I knew I wanted a certain emotion. So when Jaime was on set, I told him, I want you to be the person that's like nobody likes. All these other characters in this film. The mother-in-law there, you've seen her face that she gave him. You can't stand her. Your kids are always asking for something. So as soon as I got that message across to him, it was smooth sailing. The DP, that was his first time being a DP too. He did pretty good. He was happy for any kind of instruction. If I was like, hey, do it like this or do it like that, there's kind of emotion I want it shot a certain way, and everybody was collaborative, and it was awesome. And I'm glad that Noy, it was your first time seeing. I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
So it clearly made your job easier than what it could have been.
It was hectic for me, but you know what? It was a lot easier because we had some skilled people on set, but we also had some newcomers on set. So I mean, everybody, it was a good team. It was going into this project, I knew that there was no budget. My whole mindset was the time. I wanted to make sure our time was spent wisely. So this is actually like directing a crew. I've done music videos in the past. I've edited, obviously, but directing, this was my first time leading the crew, and producer was not even on set. He had to leave set, and he's like, "You're in charge. You're running the ship." So I stepped up again with everybody's help. It was awesome.
Right. Well, I'm not an expert. I'm not movie producer, director. I'm not any of that stuff. But I got the message. I got the message. And I think ultimately for you guys, where this is your profession and this is your avocation, this is your work, I think underline it all, right? A guy like me that's just watching your film, that doesn't know anything, it's just for the first time. If I get the message, then you've accomplished your mission. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Go ahead and jump in here, Jaime. I mean, so you were in the film. Your big job was to be unliked. That's pretty good.
Right, that was an easy job because I played in a lot of movies where I had to be the bad guy, so that was easy to do, right? But yeah, man, I had a good time doing it. Like you said, it was supposed to be no audio, and talking to the lady who plays my wife, she does sign language, and I'm like, man, It would be cool to do something, because I've done stuff like in Spanish, and I don't even know Spanish that good. I understand a little bit, but I don't speak it very well. But I did a TV, like a web series, and all my lines were in Spanish. I even filmed in Mexico. I did a commercial in Spanish, and again, I don't know Spanish, but I learned, you know what I mean? So for her knowing like sign language, it was like, man, okay, so let me step up my game by doing something like signing. That right there would look good on my reel. It'll show people that I have different talents. I'm not just that bad guy.
Let me back it up a little bit. So that was kind of a on-call, on-site decision?
It was, because I went to the director and I said, hey, what do you think about this? Okay, so then I talked to him about it, and he was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. So we went with that plan. And it ended up being like an ASL thing. I said, I think that would be good, because now you have now you have another group of people to reach to,
Right.
So
right. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. I like that part where you're, again, like I was joking earlier, alteration, adaptation, improvisation ends up with some good stuff. Sometimes the very best products come as a result of something that wasn't the way it was supposed to be 100%. So you guys made a game time decision, altered it, came out to be good product. How about this?
Right.
Did you guys check with the executive producer?
I'm sorry.
Who was
Look
it?
at Noe. He's like, what? Yeah, I'm messing with you, but no, listen.
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't. I think I don't. Were you on set, Noy? I'm sorry. You probably did show up a little bit later or something, huh?
No,
Actually,
been on set.
Oh, okay.
he
no.
was the eye in the sky.
Right.
Hey, Noe was in the helicopter checking you guys out. That's what he was
Oh,
doing.
okay. Okay. So this is my first time meeting him. Then nice to meet you, man.
Oh, good to go. Good to go. I didn't know that. So you guys,
Yeah.
all part of one crew. And I like to tell people this, like I'm an old vet, and there is no such, the only thing you can plan for in a mission is that something unplanned for is going to happen. That's the
Right.
only thing you can plan for. And it's quite literally how you adapt and how you alter your mission that decides on how good that mission comes out. And so I'm going to say it again, no compunction whatsoever. No question. I got the message. Okay, I can't sign. I understand a little bit. My wife tried to teach me once a little bit, and I didn't follow through. But I got the message clearly that you guys were trying to convey. So I really, really dig on that. You guys got the mission done. You got the mission accomplished. In the point of what you're trying to get across. So I'm going to guess that there's probably some more American Sign Language type films in the future for some of you.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
You down for that? You down for that?
Yeah. I'm ready. Like, thinking of some stuff, and I wrote some stuff down. So yeah, definitely, man.
Because it's
I think
needed. It's needed. So watch. I'm gonna move this up to the top right in the upper corner. The Brady Bunch. Noy, you down with that?
Absolutely.
He's like, hell yeah. You see though, now let's just jump in here in a second, Noy. But I mean, let's face it. In this country we have a lot of subgroups of people that are often overlooked for different reasons. And by the way, not even anything they have control over. Someone that can only sign doesn't have control over their ability to speak or hear the way others do. That's not theirs. So I'll say it because I'm no candy, but it's quite literally the obligation, responsibility, duty of others to make sure that we get to those people so that they're included in the whole. That's what makes America great, in my opinion anyway. But so Noy, I mean, you down with doing some more sign stuff?
Oh, absolutely, yes. And let me be clear. The reason I wasn't there is because they're professional. I wanted them to basically do what they do best. My job is basically be supportive, financially, and that's it. And I like I said, maybe next time, I'll definitely be on the set.
I tell you what,
but
Noe, if you're a rookie,
Yes.
I'm a rookie too. You're saying all the right things. And I'll tell these two guys at the bottom, right? Hey, Jaime and Brandon. Noe is saying all the right things. You know what he said? I didn't have to be there because I got financial.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I right? I mean, seriously, we need people, it's a big collaboration, a big mission. You have to have all these moving parts, but you have to have people that are willing to support the project and see it through to its completion, whether it be monetary, whether it be materiel, resourcing, putting people together. It's a bigger picture. Like I said, I'm not from the film world, but I know missions and I know mission operations. And if you don't have all the pieces in place, you don't get a good mission accomplished. So, no, I'm going to tell you again. You got SuperMex, you got the SuperMex word. You don't have to be there if you keep putting out the money.
You're good.
It's like, oh yeah,
I'll take care of
baby.
it for you.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's do this before we cut out. Let's do this. Let's give me one thing. Think about it now. Give me one thing that you want to be able to get out in a one-liner. I'm making your jobs hard, right? I'm being the old U.S. history teacher on you. Give me one thing in a one-liner that that stood out for you on this project that you want everybody watching us tonight to know about? Let's go ahead and start with Jaime. One-liner, homeboy. Come on, come on.
Oh, bro, I don't know, man.
What was good? What was the good? I'll bring it out of you. What did you like about the project?
Just signing, man. That was fun.
There you go.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. Being able to construct something that reached that audience, right? Signing
Right.
people, sign language. Excellent. Okay, Brandon, what you got?
I'll give you one word. Collaboration.
There you go.
There you go.
You know what? Hey, I'm going to remember you because last week you were really, really nice, really, really collaborative. You plugged a lot of good people. I'm going to get you one of these days and I'm going to get you to say like, well, this didn't work that well. I'll pull it out of you. I'm going to get it. Hey, listen, because in every mission, every operation, there's always something that doesn't go perfect. And by the way, that doesn't mean it's negative. That doesn't mean it's negative. It means that something didn't happen the way it was supposed to. And that's where the beauty of adapting and overcoming comes in. Because I don't want somebody who's perfect all the time. I want somebody who can roll with the flow, make something happen, lemon, and now you got lemonade, right? That's what I want.
Those
So
are
I'm going to
just
get you.
lessons.
What's that?
Those are just lessons. That's
There
it.
you go. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we're going to get you. One of these days, I'm going to get you. All right. Noy, give me what you got, homeboy. What was a good experience for you as an executive producer in seeing that final product?
I just hope that it's financial literacy. Like I said, is so important. To be honest with you, I look at it as a bigger picture. Like hopefully it helps people. So even for myself. So it's like I said, it's very inspiring. And then it's basically just this is just such an important basically subject, right? Financial literacy. Come on now, right? It's money makes this work go round and round, right? So we need to bring this out more. And then before I go, I just I know it's tough time right now, with the coronavirus and everything. So I just hope you and your loved ones are doing well and staying safe. Yeah.
Good man.
That's
This guy says all the right things. I'll tell you what. I'll toss in this for you, Noy. The underlying purpose of what we're doing and why all of us gentlemen are on tonight is ultimately financial literacy, yes? That is the point. We're trying to educate people. We're trying to better their situations through their comprehension and knowledge, their education of financial literacy. Because if you have that financial literacy, you can live a better life. And you can put together a better product for your family and all of the above. So that's a great way, Noy. I'm going to get you a positive here. That's a great way to put a bow on a lot of good thoughts, wrapped it all nice and tight, put a bow on it, and that's an excellent thought to close up with for what we did here. Again, the product is 3 kids, 2 jobs, and no money. No money. Nothing but love for all of you guys. I thank you for being here. I look forward to meeting you guys all individually at some point when, we're out of this time. But I enjoyed. I really did. And word on SuperMex is I say nothing that I do not mean. That was a clear message to me with nonverbal. And I think you guys have kind of figured out I do like verbal. I like a lot of verbal. But that was really an excellent display of getting and communicating a message with absolutely no words. Nothing but love for our signing people, right? Nothing but love for the signing people. Okay, thank you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys one of these days, but excellent work on the project. SuperMex, nothing but love for you. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're back. Okay, so there you go. Those guys, that was a love fest, but a good love fest because, again, great underlying message, which is why we're here, financial literacy, and the ability to, put together more than one, in a collaborative way, more than one message. We're talking financial literacy, but we're talking with the abilities of some guys that made an on-the-spot decision to make this about signing and getting to another audience that may not be, as open to, getting good product their way. Let's face it, most of, big budget films and most of the money gets spent not on signing films, but they made that decision, and I got to love that as a soldier. That's adapting and overcoming and making something good out of something that wasn't there. So those guys, nothing but love for them. 3 kids, 2 jobs, no money. We're going to take a break here. We're going to go to commercial, and then we're going to come back, and we've got another good short for you. But let's go ahead and take a break. We're going to cut to some commercials. Patronize the commercial product and the commercial not endorsement, but the people in our commercials, because they're quite literally making possible what we're doing here tonight and these films that these people have put together through their work. You know, that's the way the world works. We need advertisers, we need sponsors, we need people to support the art and the film that these people have created. Okay, let's go ahead and cut to those commercials.
And you want to feel safe. So we're offering current owners OnStar Crisis Assist services. Should you need a vehicle, we're offering 0% financing for up to 84 months with deferred payment options for 120 days. Plus, you may have the option to shop online and take delivery at home. Visit our websites for the help you need. Buick and GMC, we're here to help.
Okay. There you go. All right, 2 commercials for you. And that's cars and a possible and future, not possible, but future, because I've kind of heard about that one, about a film that's going to be done in the country of Laos by a lot of the people that I'm around now, KP, George, Noy, all these guys doing good work. The world moves on, and we must continue, obviously with safety in mind, of course, but when we get that green light, there'll be a lot of things that are full go, as soon as we have the ability to do that, again, with safety in mind and with the thought that we're not endangering others, because at this point in the coronavirus thing, it's real simple. It's not whether you are sick or not. It's whether you have the ability to get others sick. So it's not just about what you want to do. Quite literally, you need to think beyond yourself, outside of yourself, and reminder that there are others that may not be as fortunate as you. If you're not sick, others could be, even if you're not. So that's where you keep safety in mind and be, cognizant and aware that the world doesn't revolve around you individually, but there are a lot of other people out there, believe it or not. That's for sure. Okay, so we're going to get to our next film, our second film of the evening. Again, that was 3 kids, 2 jobs, no money. And remember, again, underlying all of this stuff is financial literacy. That's the gist, and quite literally the reason why we are here this evening, and we'll be here for another couple evenings after this. Financial literacy. Bake that into the cake. Make sure that is ingrained, tattooed on your arm, however you want it. But make sure that you understand this is about financial literacy. So quite literally view these with that filter. Okay, we're trying to educate people. We're trying to get them to understand things. We're trying to be more mindful of their ability to live a better life through understanding of the financial systems in our economies. Okay, so we're going to go to the short film, No Credit, Big Problem.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Dad.
18 years old. Welcome to 18. Your mother didn't think that you were old enough for this, but I told her you deserve a chance.
Thanks. Sweet.
Now, it's linked to my account, so use it sparingly. We've worked hard to get to this point in our lives. I'm serious. This is your first step to being a responsible adult.
I already made honor roll and have myself enrolled for fall at the university.
That's great, but not enough.
It's okay. I know you guys gave up everything to scrape this.
Right. Okay, I'm off to work.
Thanks again, Dad.
I'm serious. These are for emergencies.
I know, emergency only. Got it.
Emergencies. All right. Jason Evans.
Dad, what the hell?
What were my exact words to you?
Use the card for emergencies only.
Can you explain how you ran a credit card up to max in less than 2 hours?
I was preparing myself for college by going with the new year, new me outlook.
How does $3,000 for a car stereo, custom tire installation factor into it?
The system we have is crap. I wanted to make a good impression when I get to campus.
Guess your mother was right.
What? I'm responsible!
Don't say it. Jason, look at what you've done.
You mean improving my life?
Between the both of us, your mother and I make $60,000 a year. It's taken us 5 years of sacrifice just to make this much.
$5,000 a month. Okay, it's just a tight month, that's all.
Okay. House payment, $2,000. $600 for electric, insurance, and groceries.
Okay.
$600.
Okay, but that still leaves about $1,000.
Now add $500 for your application fee, $2,600 for your tuition.
I can't. We'd be negative.
Which leads to the next question.
What's that?
If you want to keep everything, how are you going to pay the bill?
You don't mean...
Welcome to the real world, son.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
No credit, big problem. Now, how many of you like that kid? He was cracking me up. I like that kid. You're like, what? $3,000? Hey, new me. I like that. That's probably the way I would have thought back then, maybe even think now, but I think you get the underlying message. I mean, Somebody's got to pay those bills, and you can't just go spend willy-nilly, max out a card, and not have some obligation or responsibility on the back end to take care of that bill. And it's a short, concise, and succinct point in a handful of minutes there, where you're learning something and you're like, okay, this is the way the real world works. And I think that's a good message for young folk. I really do. It's necessary. Some of them need to be kind of faced with that and put into those positions, because not all parents do that to their kids, and make them have to make good decisions financially with the money that they don't have, that they need to earn for themselves. There's a novel concept, yes. Kids having to earn not just their money, but their way. Okay, so we're going to get down to business here with the people and artists involved with this particular project. Again, the short was no credit, big problem, and I think we're going to have a full house here. This is going to be kind of cool. Let's see who we've got joining us for the evening. All right, we got 3. Let me check it around here. So I'm going to try. You guys don't tell me. I'm going to do like a puzzle place here. I'm going to try to figure out who's who. And let's see. Dealer's choice. Mika Stewart in the lower corner. Yeah, because you're young. They told me you're young.
Yes.
Yeah. It'd be bad if I weren't picking you because you looked young, right? That'd be bad news, right? Okay, so Mika, and then I've got Catalina over here in this corner.
She's frozen.
Oh, frozen. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's her. So that's Catalina Plata. Got you there? Can you hear me?
Yes,
All
I can
good?
hear you.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, and then Ryder, William, upper corner. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Try to keep that squared on you right there, William. Okay, so we've got the writer, we've got the executive producer, and we've got the director. All right. So no particular order. No particular order. I think we started last short with Noy, who was the executive producer, and I had some fun with him. Maybe I'll have some fun with you guys. So I think, Catalina, we're going to start with you, and if you can, I mean, give me a little background on yourself and, you know, what your involvement with the project is, other than just the title of executive producer.
Well, I don't know much about film. My main business is financial services, so I had a real passion for this project. One of our main brokers, Carlos Sanzuris, actually came to all the brokers in the Fresno office and said, hey, we're looking at doing this financial literacy film festival because we're really big on educating the community about finances. That's what we do on a day-to-day basis. And I said, yeah, let's do it. What do I have to do? Because I don't know anything about film. And he said, you just have to be the investor. And I said, I can do that. I know where to invest my money, and I know investing in people and investing in financial education is very important. So it was as simple as that for me. I wanted to thank all the people that worked on the project. Mika, she actually, very proud of her, by the way. I have a big passion for helping women in leadership positions, and 18-year-old director. She actually directed the whole film. I didn't have anything to do with it, and she did an awesome job. And usually it takes about 5 years to get people to the director position. And the fact that I was able to be the investor to help her kickstart her career being a director is pretty awesome. So I wanted to thank her and a lot of the other people that helped with the film as well.
Excellent. So let me stay on you for a second before we. So one thing I'm noticing here on the Financial Literacy Film Festival over the last couple of weeks, a lot of love going around with everybody, right? Everybody's like happy that, you know, a lot of collaboration and a lot of appreciation for everybody that's involved, because it's work. You know, it's a work product. You have to put time, energy, effort, and in some cases money to get to something that is valid and good at the end of this. But just to stay on you for a second here, you mentioned earlier, so you come from the financial world, correct?
Yes.
So
I'm a financial.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw you a nice big fat softball, and I'm going to hazard a guess and say, question, rhetorically maybe, that this might be a better medium than just hoping somebody comes through your doors, especially right now, you know, to learn about financial literacy.
Well, yeah, actually, we've been working on this project for several months, and we literally finished all the films right before the pandemic happened. So we actually were going to be doing this in a big movie theater, and with the pandemic, we actually switched it to go virtual. And it's actually a blessing in disguise because now everybody's home. They're needing to hear this information. They're needing to watch these films. And even the film that I picked, it was something that was close to me because it's something that we've always educated our children on, of how money works, how credit works, and all that. So when I read the script, I was like, this is the one I want.
Right.
And it's something that people are needing to hear right now.
Yep. And my larger point being, like I said, it's a rhetorical question. I mean, I know the answer, and I'm fleshing that out of you, but I can't see how down the road, long term, this might be something you do regardless of what our pandemic situation is anyway, because it is a medium to get to a larger amount of people in terms of education and informing them of what they need to do to be financially literate, instead of just being non-proactive and sitting in an office and hoping people come to you. It actually gets to them, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the first of many projects that we're planning on doing.
Excellent. Okay, thank you for that. I will get to you in a second, young lady, but we'll hold off for once. I'm going to ask. I got a couple questions for Mr. Brower here. So you're the writer, so educate me a little bit and inform me on my end, because like most people that are watching tonight, I mean, I'm hoping it's not just everybody's friends and everybody knows what everybody's doing, right? But we will reach an audience that is quite literally not just your friends and family or your immediate networks, but other people, people like myself that are not knowledgeable or experienced or well-versed in film industry, visual arts, etc. So you're a writer, and explain to me and for the viewer, the audience out there, how does that work on your end with the finished product? I mean, what are you actually producing out of your work? The script, the communication. Explain to me a little bit about that.
Well, no problem. For starters, I come from a background of writing fiction and also novels. So
good man.
Before all of this, I have written and published 35. So this actually gave me an opportunity to actually spread my wings a little bit more into a different venue and a different genre altogether. And I was, in terms of the writing of it, for the most part, it was more almost similar to a prompt. I had first with a few members of the festival, and one of them pulled me and was like, "Listen, you're a writer. Let me give you a scenario, and you tell me what you would do." And I was like, "I'll tell you what. Instead of me telling you, I'll show you what I think would happen." And I turned around, jumped onto the computer, and I just started typing up a scenario and connected the dots, and sat there and moved it.
Having a little trouble with you there, William. And see if we can get him back up in a second.
Of course, it's multimedia. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I lost you for a second there. Give me that last bit again. That last bit of your comment.
Yeah, for the part, for the most, what I did was ended up sitting down and connecting all the lines and the dots for the scenario, and then in terms of the dialogue, I actually would swap out two different chairs, and I'd sit in either one and actually go back and forth, literally with myself, but just kind of talking over what the dialogue would sound like, what specifically I would say, and things like that. And I was just very fortunate enough to apparently have said the right words and put together the right scenario, that I was put in touch with these very lovely people. And it's been an amazing ride these past few months, just to see how everybody works well with one another. everybody is so professional as well, and it actually provided so many other opportunities. Which was a fun and pleasant surprise. I had the opportunity of meeting the film commissioner of Laos, Noi.
Yeah.
And he's actually has pulled me aside and has asked if I'd be interested in writing some stuff for him as well too. And
good to go. So on this particular project, so on this particular project, then obviously you were made aware the underlying goal, the underlying purpose is financial literacy and getting people to understand this, in an abbreviated format. If you're writing novels, you have far more time to convey a message. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So this type of wording has to be a hell of a lot more concise, succinct, and the ability to communicate a really, really large concept or message in a really, really abbreviated time or format, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, this definitely is not a 50,000 word novel. This is short, concise, and direct. So luckily I was able to invest in a Keurig before this, so the coffee paid for itself.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so it sounds like, you're from the world of the written word and got nothing but love for those guys because, those are going by the wayside, it seems, nowadays. Everybody wants it in a shorter, more abbreviated format, including writing. Including writing, by the way. So, okay, excellent. Thank you. And let's get to this 18 Savage. Not 21 Savage, 18 Savage. You know what 21 Savage is?
Yes, I know who 21 Savage is.
Okay, settle down. You're killing me now. So I call you 18 Savage. You know why? It's a lot. It's a lot. That's my favorite song by that kid. I love that kid. A lot. Okay, so let's get down to particulars on you, young lady. All right, so you're 18 years old. Let me ask you a simple question. Had you graduated, or did you lose the rest of your senior year?
No, I graduated last year. So
okay, so you didn't.
I'm good. I just lost my first year of college.
Well, recoverable. That'll be recoverable. Yeah, because we just I did a show a little earlier tonight with a coach, a track coach, and we just gave a lot of shouts out to seniors that lost their entire track season, and they're high-profile athletes in our area. And, through no fault of their own, for obvious reasons, it wasn't up to them. They lost their entire senior year. That's why I had to ask. If you're 18, then you might be around that time and age. But real quickly, it's a little personal insight, but, for you, are you, because I have children your age that are in college, what did your school do with you? Did they give you a pass or pass-fail thing?
No, what they did for us, they closed on our campus and everything, but they did special training for the teachers and put all of our classes online. Okay. So we're still able to get our work done and everything, and then finish by the end of next month. And then probably start up school normally going back whenever everything's done. So for now, everything's just going to be online. Like summer school is going to be online. All of that's going to be online.
So I'm asking the question because I'm loading you up a little bit. So if you have the ability to do college and your schooling in an abbreviated format from an earlier comment, then does that mean you have more time to work on projects like this? I got you. Putting you on the spot. Remember, this is for posterity. This will be able to be viewed later on. Like, you remember when you were 18 years old, you said this? I'm getting you on the record. I want to get you on the hook. But I think you get the point. So I'm going to guess that, your college has to do, meaning your college learning has to do with what you want to do, which is be a director, be in film. Yes?
My major is criminal justice.
Oh, wait a minute. You going to do like a new CSI? You could be a film director and do criminal justice, yeah? Yeah. So I got to ask that question. Yeah, I got to ask the question then. So is this like, I got to be careful here because I'm going to be on the hook later. Is this, doing directing, doing film, Is this new to you? Something you like? Something you may want to pursue further? Is it a hobby? Are you just exploring?
Well, I started doing this, acting and movies and everything when I was 15. My mom, she's all like, Mika, you're going to do this. And I was like, I don't want to. But she goes, you're going to do it. And I was like, okay. So I started doing acting at the age 15, which was my sophomore year. And I just didn't really think about like, oh, I'm going to go to college to do criminal justice. It just happened. I'm going to do this for my major. And then because I always wanted to do acting and everything because I wanted to be on Disney Channel, but that didn't happen. But now I'm here. I'm a director. I'm an actress. I'm a model. And I just love the whole experience. And I want to do both. Like criminal justice has been like something I want to do since I was 5. And so was acting and everything. So it combines together.
So like I said, CSI, NCIS, SVU, you can come up with something totally new. You want to marry the two, right? I mean, so clearly, I mean, up until like within the last year or two, so your thoughts have changed on your future, right? Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, look, I'm an old history teacher, and I've worked with kids all ages. I like to tell parents and I like to tell young people your age, you don't really know what you really, really want to do unless you try a lot of different things. And so what you're doing is experimenting, exploring, and finding what you're going to really want. And if you want to marry the two, I don't think anybody on this collection of people here is going to say no to you. You got to run with that stuff, girl. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Yes. Okay. So let me do this. Have you, I mean, you're out of school already. You're 18. I mean, you do realize that you're going to be a good example for young ladies to pursue the things they want to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and and I'm going to tell you. So I've got a daughter roughly your age. She's going to go back and do college in another location, but she's acting. She was actually on earlier tonight on another show, doing this, basically what you're doing, talking to people, communicating a message. But if it matters at all, I was like, fully run with it, fully embrace it. There's no such thing as a perfect person, but there are people that need to express who they are in their art, in their work. And young people are at their best when they're exploring and experiencing in a positive way. I mean, so when I saw this, and I think George, shout out to George, and KP and others had told me about you, I was like, oh, I got to meet this girl. We got to see what she's up to. And I find out you're an 18 Savage. Because some people make memes. Because some people make memes. You know how that goes. All right, so let's do this. I do this with all of our panels, all of our groups of people. It ends up being a love fest. I'm going to try to alter that a little bit to change the game. But so for all three of you, so I'm going to do this. Give me a one word or one line that on this particular project, which you were involved with, what you felt was what you liked the most of the project, what you got out of it individually, and what you're going to take away. Because it seems like, at least on my end, that going forward, each and every one of you individually here will be involved in future projects. And you're going to want to carry over what you learned in this one to the next to continue to better the product. So give me a one-liner. Let's go ahead and let's backtrack. Let's start with Catalina. What did you get out of being involved with this project?
Man, that's a tough one because I didn't really work in the project. I actually missed the whole filming of it because I was in a broker meeting. But I guess just providing the education and continuing to find other avenues to be able to provide the education to the community in different avenues.
Yeah, I think you're kind of where Noy was in the last segment. Noy brought that up. He was an executive producer. And so I'm learning, by the way, for all of you three. I'm still learning, and I'm learning from you guys. And through my learning, I'm helping our audience learn about what it is you guys do and bring more focus and understanding of this particular project and financial literacy in general. So here's where I'm going to go with that, Catalina. It's like, I see it as for what you've done or what you were doing. If it's me, I'm looking at it like, I want to know, being an old military guy, I want to know that whatever it is I did, my support, my help, whether it be personal, material, financial, whatever, ended up being a good result on the back end, meaning the mission got accomplished and there was good work product out of my help and my support. You kind of follow?
Yeah. And I've always been that way. I've always been a service person. Anything and everything that me and my husband do has always been to help other individuals, whether it's in the same careers that we're in or just being there to give them advice and stuff. So just being able to help and be of service and provide a service and not expect anything back from it.
And being part of a larger mission, including helping a little savage.
Yes.
I know you like that part because you kind of brought that up in the initial comment about, you know, a young lady and a gentleman that you were able to, in your capacity, help them do their work. I mean, I'm kind of with you on that. I love watching people around me better off because they know me and I'm involved with the project. Love that. Love that. Thank you for your comment. Let's go back up here. William, so give me your one line or one word. And listen, by the way, I'm going to hold you on the hook because you're a writer. So you better have something good.
No worries.
You better have something good. What you got?
No worries. I got you on that one. You know, one simple word: dedication.
Oh,
I mean, right off the bat. I mean, that was the most impressive thing. You know, especially in terms with that. The moment that we actually were greenlit for the project, she reached out to me, decided to send me a friend request on Facebook, and right off the bat, it was she was like, "Okay, guess what? We're gonna start filming your movie. Let me show you some pictures real quick. Here's the camera. Here's the set.
Excellent.
See what I mean? I'm not kidding. There's the camera."
Very good, very good. And you were succinct. You were to the point.
Very
great
very
one
keen
word.
eye, very dedicated.
Like dedication, absolutely. Like dedication. All right, little savage, what you got? Make it work for you. One word or a one-liner? What did you like about being involved with this project?
Working with everybody I worked with felt like we were a family. We were we were together. We felt like a family. I felt like we were a family. Like we're close. Everybody was my siblings, so it was family.
Okay. Hey, she got you, William. She gave me a one word: family. That's pretty good.
She sure did.
Hey, she might be trying to take your job next.
We can always use writers.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Hey, we need people not only who can communicate the written language verbally, but also here. We need the language. I mean, that is so important for all of you guys, for everything that you were involved with, everything that you were a part of. We need to be able to convey adequate, important, concepts and messages, to the average person, which is quite literally what we're doing here tonight with what you guys have put together. And no credit, big problem. And I'm going to get really philosophical general here. No question that, at a time like this, we need to be able to be getting out positive messages that convey something that moves, society, right? And in this particular case, I'm going to wrap that back up with another little bow. And, educating our populace and underserved communities on financial literacy is going to be key. Because I think, without too much in terms of the political jokes, nobody really knows what the hell's going to happen with this stimulus situation. All I know is that when times are rough, people in underserved communities, minorities and others, suffer. So this message right now of financial literacy is so apropos, it's not even funny. It's absolutely necessary. And I think you guys would generally agree with that. It's an absolutely necessary message.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So give me before we cut out, give me a shout out from each and every one of you, like something you guys would like to say, if not to an individual, then just in general. We got a few minutes here, a little bit of time left, but you guys got some camera time. George is paying for it, so you might as well take advantage of it. All right, let's wrap back around. Go ahead, 18 Savage, what you got?
What I got is, I honestly this experience, and I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy during this whole experience. And hopefully, I get to meet everybody and work with all of you one day. I think we're all getting that from all the things we've done over the last few nights. I think everybody wants to get back together and meet each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, let's face it, we are social critters. We are social animals. I actually thought you were going to say, when I said, what do you got? I thought you were going to say a lot. A lot.
You guys may not know what we're talking about. I'm having fun with this girl. You got a lot. A lot.
I got a lot.
There you go. Okay, William, your turn. What you got? Give me a shout out to somebody.
Well, I was going to give a shout out to a couple of my friends and my former professors at university, and my family, and also for the whole production crew. I mean, this went from just putting a few lines together on paper to a full production. It couldn't be done without the team effort and without the support and devotion from all of you. So definitely, as a writer, I want to say thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Excellent. Building that community, right? Absolutely. Catalina, what you got, lady?
Thank you, Richard, for your service and obviously hosting for us so much.
You're killing me.
I really
No, you're killing me.
And thank you for KP being the tech guy. I'm not very techy, so I wouldn't know any of
There you go. Hey, KP does the dirty work. We were joking last week and this week. We were like, we got all this stuff to put together for this project, right? With George and everybody involved with it. And I'm sitting here and I'm like chilling. Yeah, turn the camera on. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, KP's in the back like, ain't so easy because he's got the technical end. He's got to do all the finagling and the fiddling. All I got to do is talk. So I'm like, trust me, I appreciate too, because he's my producer as well, and I appreciate the technical end, but I want to say thank you in particular for acknowledging that, because KP was also involved in this particular project and will probably be involved in a lot more projects down the road. But a big shout out to you as well, Catalina. I mean, people like you are absolutely necessary if young people and artists are going to do their business. I mean, so I'll finish that up with a nice bow. It's mission objective, getting good things out and working together collaboratively to make sure that we're helping other people. Ultimately, that's what it boils down to. So I want to say I got nothing but love for all three of you. I look forward to being able to meet you guys in person as well and perhaps work on something with you in some capacity. I don't know. I don't do much. I just kind of hang out, talk a little bit. That's my role. I don't do anything else. I don't know all the other stuff. I haven't been in film like you guys for forever. I haven't even been in film as long as you, Savage. You've been in film longer than me. You're killing me, man. Okay, nothing love for you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Enjoy your time. Be safe on the weekend, obviously, as we go into. And I will say, help yourselves, each of you, by making sure you get your friends and others to watch what George has put together here with all the other people involved. This is a good project. You guys are part of it. Share it out and get it out to this community so that people know that even in a tough time like we're living through right now, that we can still go forward and aggressive. I'll leave you with one last thought. I learned this from a commanding general that's kind of he's in the news lately. His name's General Honore. He's the guy, I digress a second here, but it's significant. He is the gentleman who came in at the end of the Katrina situation, Hurricane Katrina, and it was a mess. He came in, shaped and shipped everything up. He was my former commander when I was in the Army. And guys like him come in and they say, you got to put all these things together. You got to make people move in one direction, because ultimately, if we don't all work together, bad things are going to happen, but bad things get exacerbated if we don't have people working together. And I think that's my underlying message for all of you guys. And what I'm noticing, this being the fourth short film that we've gone over the two successive nights going back to last Friday, I am noticing, an underlying theme. The theme being that everybody has worked well with other people on the project because you guys want to see this get done. So again, I've got nothing but love for you. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you guys. Take care of yourselves and enjoy, your time out in the world. Just go live. Okay? Thank you guys.
Well, thank you so much, man.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
Appreciate it. Okay, that was no credit, big problem. And that's a good, that's a nice little wrap up there to, to our second short film that we've done. And again, to reiterate that earlier point, that is the fourth short film that we've put out. I say we, I'm inserting myself here, but that the group and the production and the creators and the investors and all these people that put together for you guys. So that's 4 original short films, and quite literally all of them distinct and unique, but underline the message of financial literacy, which again is the lining that brings all of this together in the purpose and the point for what we're doing, on camera with you guys every Friday night, at least for this month. So I am noticing that theme, a lot of collaboration, a lot of work together, a lot of people appreciating each other. And I do like the fact that young lady's 18 years old, and there was nothing but love and appreciation for her. They let her do her work. That's America when it's at its best, at least in my world, in SuperMex Nation. That's when we're at our best, when we let people do good work and appreciate who and what they are and not find reasons to not do so. And so that was a big eye-opener. I thought that was kind of cool. And again, another great short, no credit, no credit, big problem. And the earlier short film was, where do I have it? 3 kids, 2 jobs, and no money. 3 kids, 2 jobs, no money. So we will be back again next Friday, 7:30 to roughly 9:30 in that range. I don't even know where we are now, but that ended up being pretty good. I enjoyed that time. So I'm going to hit a little harder than I did last week this time. Okay, I want you guys that are watching now or that see this at any point, go back and even if you are involved with these projects and you want to watch yourself or your friends do this, help each other out. Help each other out. Make sure that you take this and you run with it and you say that you subscribe, you like, you share. Spread the good word of a good project doing good work. That's quite literally what we're doing here. And in a time when, and I'll get back to my earlier, the times they are a-changing. We can even do that Bob Dylan stuff. But it's about alteration, adaptation, improvisation. And there you go. That's SuperMex Nation. People doing things, handed lemons, making lemonade. Okay? Make the most of the situation. And where am I going with this? Think of what we're living through right now. It is a deterrence or a deterrent in some form, the virus, and people dying and the economy upended. But that doesn't mean that we can't continue. And that doesn't preclude us from continuing to do good work. The people involved with this show, the people involved with this film festival over the course of 4 weeks, the people involved with these short films, artists, investors, people just engaged in wanting to increase financial literacy. Come on. That is what America is all about. I cannot make that any more crystal clear or speak with clarity to this point. This is about as good as it gets, okay? We're making things happen in a tough time. And that's ultimately when America is at its best. You look at the toughest times we've ever had in this country, from its inception in 1776 right up to the formation of a Constitution after Articles of Confederation, 1788, 89. Take a look at all those times. It was ugly, it was tough, it was difficult, but people stepped up and made things happen anyway. I'm going to go out on a limb, I'm going to bet with some house money, and I'm going to say that the average American, including the artists, the investors, the producers, the directors, all of the above, editors, writers, you name it, that are involved with this particular project, the Financial Literacy Film Festival, that is exactly what they're doing for you right now. And the very least of what you can do as an American is support it. How about that? Man, that might be a cutscene right there. I'm gonna have to save that one for posterity. Support it. There you go. Just support it. And how? Go out there, like, share, subscribe, get this message to a larger audience. Doesn't take a lot, America. It's really, really simple. Click, move something. There you go. You're supporting good people, doing good work. And who's it for? It's for you. If you're filthy rich, you're probably not watching my show. I already said this last week. If you're filthy rich, you're probably not watching my show. If you're middle income and below, like me, you're going to love the product and love the things that they're doing here. So that's our show for tonight. Again, we will be back. To reiterate the point, we'll be back on Fridays for the next 2 successive Fridays at 7:30 to bring you more original work, good people doing good work. 2 short films is the format. And then we'll wrap up sometime at the end of this month. And then we'll see what goes from there. But I have a feeling that the people, again, involved with this are going to want to do more for you. So that's mine for you. None but love for you. SuperMex Nation is out.
Unsure about being prepared for your retirement? Well, you're not alone. In fact, only 14% of consumers between the ages of 50 and 75 say they're very confident they'll be able to live their desired retirement lifestyle. So, elevate your retirement income potential with a life insurance policy from Nationwide. It's time to start thinking about life insurance as more than, well, just insurance. Not only does it provide an income tax-free death benefit for your family, it also gives you tax advantages that help boost your income, helping you live retirement your way. How does it work? It's simple. One premium covers both your death benefit and supplemental income needs. You'll have access to cash values before your retirement, supplemental income when you reach retirement, and death benefits for your loved ones. Plus, unlike other retirement investment options, life insurance from Nationwide provides a triple layer of tax protection. The money in the policy grows tax-deferred. You can receive income tax-free withdrawals, and the death benefit is income tax-free. And because there are less stringent contribution limits and no early withdrawal penalties, you choose how much you want to invest now, as well as how much you take out later. Talk to your investment professional today about elevating your retirement income potential with life insurance from Nationwide.